Now we see a few things here in this particular diagram that I want to draw your attention to. Okay? The first thing that we notice is that Davis is here, Rockland is here, Sacramento's right there in the middle. And you'll notice that the temperature gets a little bit warmer there in Sacramento than in the surrounding areas. Okay? That's interesting, and the reason for that is the urban heat island. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about that in one of the lab questions, but that's kind of what we see there with that urban heat island. Okay, another thing that we would expect to see is that as we increase in elevation, we would expect our temperature then to go down. Okay, for both of these, we'd expect it to go down. Here, eventually, we do see in July that the temperature does get cooler, but weird thing happens here, right? So we go to Rockland, and then when we're going over to Auburn, it actually gets warmer. And so right here in this region right here, we see some funkiness. Right? This is an abnormality. And what is happening there is we have a temperature inversion going on in the Central Valley. Okay? And there's a video that talks about a temperature inversion. But that's one funky thing that we see going on. Okay, let's take a look at one other spot where things are kind of weird. We know when we go higher that we'd expect temperature to go down. And then when we go down, we'd expect temperature to go back up, right? But look what happens right in here, right in this region, and even a little bit in our January temperature. The temperature stays about the same, right? From Donner Summit to Donner Lake to Truckee to Boca. Stays about the same, stays about the same. What's going on there? Okay, well, here's what's happening. The big deal is this guy right here. It's Donner Lake. Donner Lake is a big body of water, and it's kind of close to Lake Tahoe as well. What this is doing is this large body of water is actually causing our temperature to stay regulated. And it's not near the ocean, but it's kind of doing the same thing that an ocean would. Okay? This little region right in here is kind of giving us the Maritime Effect. So although coming back down, we'd expect the temperature to go straight back up because of the proximity to water, both Lake Tahoe and to Donner Lake, our temperature stays about regulated. So we see a lot of neat things, and that's why we have you do this exercise. So the temperature inversion, you can see that going on. The urban heat island, you can see how it's a little bit warmer, and this temperature regulation, both kind of in the winter and in the summer. We can see that we have the maritime effect from the large bodies of water.